Teacher Penny here with the Facebook group VIP Kid Teachers Wanted and the brand new website called VIPKidTeachersWanted.com. Be sure and check out both of those links, request to join the Facebook group, and look at the information on the website there to help you in your process with VIP Kid. Now, if you have not applied for VIP Kid yet, be sure and use my link. It's going to be a clickable link in the description here on YouTube, but there's also the tiny URL that you can see right here and type in. You can use that link to apply for VIP Kid, or if you've already applied for VIP Kid and you did not use a referral code or a referral link, it's not too late to get me as your mentor teacher. Now, I've taught 1,800 classes for VIP Kid, but more importantly, I have helped 350 teachers get hired. So I know what I'm talking about. I know my stuff, okay? And I know how to help you get hired. I study the process very closely, and like right now, the process is changing some. So I have studied that, and I have figured out what they're changing, and I'm ready to help you with that. So if you did not use a referral code or a referral link when you applied, go to the VIP Kid website, look at the top right corner, and click on My Account. Okay, when you click on My Account, there's going to be a drop-down menu there. It should say Add Referral Code. Right there, you need to type in the code Penny0008. Okay, Penny0008, and it's all together. It's not, there's no spaces in there. Okay, so add my code in there. If it already has a name in there, that means that you clicked on somebody's link somewhere, and you are their referral. You cannot switch to mine, since you're already in the middle of it. But the only way you could get my help through the process is if you submit a new application. Just start a whole new application with VIP Kid. Use a brand new email address and well, just a different email address. If you're like me, you've got 3 or 4 or 5 of them out there. Okay, so use a different email address and a different phone number so that they don't see that you applied before. If you've already done the interview, you can just do the interview again right quick. It won't take you but 30 minutes to do that again. Maybe since you've practiced a little bit and you've learned a little bit more, maybe you'll get a higher salary this time. Woohoo! Wouldn't that be good? So that's the only way you can switch to my code to help me. Now, if you apply with me, as your referring teacher, you get one-on-one access with me to ask questions, to go through the process. You also get to be a part of my coaching sessions that I host several times a week, and that go through each step of the way. So you get to attend those coaching sessions, but you also get access to the exclusive part of my website called the VIP Kid Bootcamp. And Bootcamp, I've given extensive helps in there. I've gone through every part of the process and the VIP Kid teaching style to let you see exactly what they're looking for and to help you through that process. So, and you only get that access to the VIP Kid Bootcamp if you use me as your referring teacher. Okay, so make sure you add my code or use my link to apply, and I can help you with that process. Now, today's video is on the brand new Certification Center lower level lessons. Now, I'm actually breaking this up into 4 different videos. The first video is going to be on the interactive classroom. What kind of things can you do in this interactive classroom where we can move things around on the slide? So there's going to be a separate video for the interactive classroom. Then there's going to be another video that talks about the lesson objectives. They sent you this lesson objective sheet. It's a little chart thing, but didn't explain it at all. And I walk through the entire lesson objective sheet to help you understand the information. The big thing is in that one is, what does the student already know, and what is the purpose or what is the objective of this lesson? What are we trying to teach in this lesson? And it really helps you, and they give you a lot more information on this than they have ever given before. And I'm so glad they did that, because it really helps you to know, hey, does my student know this word, or do they know that? Oh, they don't know that word, so I can't use that word. So it really helps with that incidental language. Then I'm also going to do 2 other videos. This one, this lesson today is going to be on the A lesson, and then I'll do a separate video on the B lesson. Okay, so in this lower level certification center, they're going to give you 2 lessons. Okay, they're both called My Toys. It's what is it? My friends and I. Yeah, that's the unit. This is the unit that they're in. The whole unit, there's 12 lessons in this unit. The whole unit is called My Friends and I, and these two lessons are called My Toys. The two lessons that you have, the A and the B lessons, are right next to each other in our curriculum. So you teach lesson 7, that's our A lesson here for the Certification Center. And then the very next lesson is lesson 8. So these two lessons come right beside each other. So if you're doing the B lesson, they already know all the stuff from the A lesson. So if that helps you out a little bit to understand that one. So make sure that you're familiar with, you need to be able to teach both lessons, okay, both the A and the B lesson. Have them both prepared, and as soon as you, when you get into the mock class, let me explain a little bit about the mock class. This is going to be a 30-minute session. It's going to be with a mock class mentor. This is a VIPKID teacher like me. I'm not a mock mentor, so but they're VIPKID teachers like me. They've been teaching for at least 2 years, and they've gone through extensive training to be a mock class mentor, and they are grading you through this one. They're grading you on how you're teaching, and that grade that they give, that score that they give, determines if you pass or not. Okay, now in the Certification Center, you're going to choose to either do this lower level lesson here that we're going to talk about today, or you can choose to do the intermediate level lesson. Those are for older kids. My recommendation is to do this lower level one because that's where most of our bookings are. Most of our kids are level 2 and level 3 students. And so make sure that you have, I'm going to move my glasses a little bit. There we go. Glare on the glasses. If you wear glasses and you get ready to do this, here's a little tip. Move them where they're pointing up a little bit. That gets rid of the glare. I forgot to do that before I started shooting the video. Anyway, but they're going to, if you are doing this one, definitely do the lower level mock class because that's where most of our students are. You'll get more bookings if you start off with this lower level. You can add the intermediate level if you want to. You can either add it before you're hired by doing another mock class, or you can add it at once after you're hired. Either way, my recommendation is just to do the lower level one and then start teaching. Sign your contract and start teaching. Okay, I do have a whole video, another video out that talks about the hiring process. Be sure and watch the new one that says March 2019 because the process changed as of March 2019. If you're watching anything before that time, it's the old system, and you're going to get wrong information since they changed things. Okay, so this mock class, you're going to start off with a little bit of a chit chat with the mock mentor. They're just going to ask you about your experience with children. They're going to ask you if you've already done this mock class once or not. Now, please be aware that almost no one passes the mock class on their first try. Okay, it usually takes several tries to get through this mock class. You do realize this is your training, right? Okay, this is your training for the job, for teaching with VIPKID. So they consider this practice. And so every time you do a mock class, you get a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. And when they send you your feedback, hey, you did great on this, that you need to work on this. Okay, so you're learning from each one. And every time you do the mock class, you're going to get better and better at doing this. So make sure that you are watching those, you're reading the feedback and ready to go. But don't be surprised if you don't pass on your first try. It takes several tries for most people to get by there. Although I'll tell you, the people that use me as their mentor and walk through this process, they usually pass pretty quickly, maybe the second, third try. Okay, so don't be surprised if you have to do that again. So you're going to get in there. They're going to chit chat with you a little bit. They'll ask you if you've done it before. Then they're going to choose one of the lessons. They may choose, or they may let you choose. But either way, you need to have both the A and the B lesson prepared to go into it. Okay, so just make sure you're prepared for either one as you get into this mock class. Okay, it'll be 30 minutes total time, but you're only going to teach for 10 minutes. And they are very, very strict on that 10 minutes. They will cut you off exactly at 10 minutes. You need to have a timer going. So maybe if you use the one on your phone, phone or whatever, that's fine. But if you do use the one on your phone, make sure that you got it set where it doesn't go to a black screen. Okay, but have your timer going so you can see exactly how much time you have left. Okay, now let's start with the A lesson, and I'm not going to show you the slides because that is proprietary information for VIPKID, and they don't want us to show the slides. So I recommend that you have, as you're watching this video, you have your set of slides open so that you can look through them and you can follow along with me. Maybe you're even in the practice room if you can get into the practice room yet. You can't get into the practice room until you actually schedule a time for your mock class. So if you can't get in there yet, it's because you haven't scheduled a time yet. Okay, but at least have the slides open. Now, the slides that they send you as the email attachment or as that you download from the website, those are just PDFs of the still slide. It's just a picture of what the slide looks like when you first get to it. You will not be able to move things around on it if you're looking at the PDF version of the slides. The only way that you'll be able to see how things move around is when you're actually in the practice room or in the classroom. Then you'll be able to move things around. Just a word on this moving things around. You have to show the student how to do that. So you're going to be using the phrase drag and drop all throughout this. So anytime you want them to move something, you're going to say drag and drop. You're going to be moving it with your mouse. So you click on whatever it is and you're going to drag it and then drop. And you're showing them this with the mouse. Then you're going to show with your hand, drag and drop. So maybe you're going to be doing this at the same time where you're showing it with your hand and then you're grabbing hold of whatever it is with the mouse and moving it at the same time. Drag and drop, and you move whatever the item is on the page. Make sure that you show them how to do that and you use the phrase drag and drop, or at least just drag, but maybe later in the lesson you'll use just drag. Okay, so make sure you're using that phrase all throughout there and you're showing them every time. This is TPR. Okay, this is instructional TPR where you're showing them what to do in the classroom. Okay, now let's start with this A lesson, and I am on slide 3 of the slides that they have sent you. This is just the lesson objectives. It tells you again what the lesson objectives are in this lesson, but there's more complete instructions on this on that lesson objective sheet. So make sure that you go look at the lesson objective sheet and watch my video for that one. So in this lesson, we are teaching the word ball. We are teaching the verb throw, and we're going to use 2 different conjugations of throw. We're going to use I throw, and we're going to use he throws and she throws. Okay, so and then you're going to use we're going to blend some words together with ip, zip, rip, sip, and hip. Okay, now I'm going to show you the props that I'm going to use for this lesson, and it's important that you have these props ready. They are looking for you to show that you have prepared for this lesson and that you have these props. Okay, so pretty obvious, you need a ball. Okay, a real ball, not just a printout of a ball. You need a ball, just a small one. It doesn't have to be, you don't want a really big honking soccer ball. Okay, a small ball to do that. It can be a soccer ball, baseball, basketball, it doesn't matter. You just need a ball of some kind. Okay, then you're also going to use, this is a great thing to have. This is Meg and Mike, and we use Meg and Mike all throughout our classes. Print these out. Again, these if you look on the Facebook page, on the left side of the page under files, there is a file, and I think it's called CC Lower Level Printable Props. Okay, CC, which is Certification Center, Lower Level Printable Props. And it has the pictures of Mike and Meg in there that you can print them out, put them on a stick or a pencil or something like that. You can laminate them if you want to, but print these out so that you can use this for she throws a ball, he throws a ball, and you've got that prop there to illustrate what you're talking about. They have seen Meg and Mike for the last 55 lessons, so they are very familiar, and they've already learned he and she. Okay, so they're familiar with using Meg and Mike for he and she. So make sure that you have these 2 props available. You're also going to use a verb conjugation chart. Okay, this is also in that printable file. There's actually 2 versions of it. This is kind of the boring version, but I'm going to use it for right now. And it has the I, you, we, they, and he, she, it. It has the whole thing here, but I went ahead and I filled in throw, and then throws. See how I have the S a little bit bigger and in a different color, just to emphasize that this one is different, okay? So this is the second version of it, and it has little pictures that go along with it too. Either one works. You just need to have something like this to do it. You might choose to make your own that only has I and he and she on it. That might be even a better option for this one, because you're only using those conjugations in this lesson. We're not using we and they and all those others. But I'm just going to use this for now. I use this chart almost every single day in my teaching. Almost every day I use this chart. So this is a great prop to have and use it. Then with your blending those phonemes, I like to use a whiteboard. Okay, this is a metal whiteboard, not too big because you don't want it to block your face. Okay, a metal whiteboard, and then these are magnetic letters that I can move around. So now I can do z, ip. Okay, and we can blend those together. They have already, let me give you a hint here, because it doesn't really say it even in the lesson objective sheet. They have already been blending these little 3-letter words, what we call CVC words, consonant, vowel, consonant. They've already been blending these for a while. They're pretty good at this, okay? So they're going to do really well on this. They already know all the letters. They already know all the sounds for all the letters. We're just introducing this particular rhyme, okay, the ip rhyme with it, and then the new onsets here. So they already know these, okay? They know how to do this. You're just going to help them through it, and we're going to show them how to do it throughout the lesson, okay? All right. Now, so this is where I'm on slide 4 now. This is where you actually start the lesson. You're going to start this lesson with a friendly, warm greeting. Okay, so you've got to introduce yourself to the student, and then find out their name and ask at least one other question just to get to know your student a little bit better. They already know, how are you? They already know my name is, what's your name? They already know, how old are you? They learned that all the way back in unit 1. Okay, so they know that, but your mock mentor is going to make mistakes on purpose. Okay, trying to get you to correct them, because that's a huge thing for what we do with VIPKID. So always, always, always correct their mistakes. Listen very carefully for their mistakes. Maybe they say one word instead of a complete sentence, because we always want to use complete sentence. So when I say, my name is Teacher Penny, what's your name? And they say, Rebecca, instead of my name is Rebecca, you need to correct that and say, my name is Rebecca, and count out how many words you want them to say. So that tells them that they need to do that complete sentence. From the very beginning of the lesson, you want complete sentences. If they make a mistake somewhere, if they leave out a word or if they mispronounce a word, you're going to correct it very gently, very simply, by just having them repeat that word back to you. So if they say, he throw a ball, then you're just going to repeat it correctly and have them repeat it. He throws a ball, and emphasize whatever it is that they have said wrong. Okay, so we correct very, very positively and very gently. Of course, you're not going to do, no, that was wrong. No, you're not going to do that. Okay, you're going to do this very gently and very positively. All right, so let's start off with our introduction. Introduce yourself, find out their name, one more rapport building question, okay, and then you're going to introduce the lesson, My Friends and I. Now, I have a hard time drawing. I have a hard time. Well, no, you're not going to see this anyway. I'm going to add some captions down here at the bottom that say which ones what things I'm underlining or circling or anything like that. Okay, so start off the lesson, big smile plastered on your face all the way through the lesson. Okay, Mary Poppins on crack. Okay, lots and lots of energy. TPR all the way through the lesson. You cannot use enough TPR. Every single slide. How can I move? How can I get my student to move? Folks, don't make this too hard. Okay, I've worked with a few teachers here lately that have tried to make this lesson more complicated than it is. Keep it very simple. Okay, use very simple language. Take these target sentences and just repeat the target sentences over and over again. That is how you teach this lesson. Don't try to make this more complicated or more in depth than it actually is, because that would count as incidental language. You can't do that. Okay, so here we go. Hello. Cup that ear. If you don't cup your ear, they're not going to say anything. Okay, hello. Hi. My name is Teacher Penny. What's your name? Rebecca? Yes, my name is Rebecca. My name is. Yes, good. Rebecca, how old are you? I'm 5 years old. I'm 5 years old. Yay! Good job, Rebecca. My friends and I. My friends and I. Yay! Great job, Rebecca. You get a toy. Yay! Drag a toy. Drag one toy. Drag. Yay! Great job, Rebecca. When you do a good job, you get one toy. Yay! All right, let me stop right here and I'm going to talk about this reward system. The interactive classroom has a built-in reward system. In your interview, you may have done one that was a secondary reward system, like I have back here, the monkey and the banana, or ice cream or whatever it is. That's fine, okay? But in this lesson, we have an interactive reward. So this is the picture of the toy store, and all of the little pictures, all the toys in the windows can be moved over to the shopping cart. When you move them to the shopping cart, they're going to disappear, okay? And we have several different slides like this throughout the lessons. Maybe it's a basket or a box or the monster's mouth or something like that, where we drag it and it disappears. So in this one, you're going to introduce your reward system, okay, with them. They just said, my friends and I, so you make a big deal. Yay, great job. You get a toy. Then you're showing them drag a toy. You can grab hold of one of the toys. We're not worrying about calling it a ship and a truck and a whatever, okay? I don't care about the names of them yet. It's just a toy. Okay, so drag one toy. Be sure and tell them drag one toy or they'll drag all of them to the shopping cart and then you're done with your reward. Okay, so be sure and say one toy. Drag one toy. Yes, good. If you do a good job, you get one toy. Okay, so you're showing them that. You're showing them how to move it through the whole thing. If they are hesitant, if your mock mentor acts a little hesitant and they're not quite sure what to do, grab hold of one of the toys with your mouse and wiggle it a little bit. Okay, then start moving it towards the toy, towards the basket, and show them that one of them disappears. Okay, yes, you drag a toy. Show them how to do that. Okay, that's how you're going to do this reward system. Only let them do one and then move on. Now, if you look down at the bottom of the slide, do you see, go to the next slide so that you can see this. You see the little circle at the bottom that has the gift box on it. That's the reward slide. If you click on that, no matter where you are in the lesson, if you click on that little gift box, it's going to take you back to this reward slide. Okay. Once you come back to the reward slide, that little circle is going to change to a back arrow. So when you're through giving the reward, so let's say you've gone ahead to the third or fourth slide. I give a reward every other slide. So every 2 slides, I give a reward. Okay, so you've moved forward 2 slides. It's time to give a reward. You click on the little gift box. You go back. Yay! You get 1 toy. Drag 1 toy. Yay! Then you click on that same place where the gift box was. It's now a back arrow. You click on it and it takes you back to the slide that you were on before. Be sure and use this interactive reward in your mock class because they want to see that you are moving, that you know how to move back and forth to this slide. Okay, so use this one. You can use another reward system when you actually teach, but for the mock class, you need to use this reward system. Okay, and be sure that you go back at least 4 times. You need to give at least 4 rewards. You need to go back and do that, okay? At some point during the lesson, instead of saying you get a toy, you can say you get a star and hold up something with a star on it because we do have a star system in our classes. We give 5 stars in every class. So hold up something with a star and say, yay, you get a star! Woohoo! And make a big deal of it, whatever, okay? Just to show that you're familiar with the star system, so that one would count as another one of your rewards. So you need to go back to the toy store 3 times and then give a star somewhere there. And that's optional. You don't have to do the star. As long as you give 4 rewards throughout the lesson, you're fine. Okay. All right. Next slide. This slide is a vocabulary slide. We are introducing the word ball. If you'll look up in the right corner, it has circle on it. That means that the student is going to be circling on this. It does not have a dino up there. So there's nothing on this page that moves. You cannot move the word ball or anything. It is not an interactive slide in that sense, but they can draw on it. You're going to remember what I said earlier about target sentences. With target sentences, you're always going to introduce the vocabulary first, then the sentence. Okay, so start with just the vocabulary. You must repeat this vocabulary word all by itself at least 2 times, preferably 3 times, before you do anything else with it. If you don't repeat it enough, you are not going to get credit for that. Okay, and this is something that I have seen them say a lot in some of the feedbacks that I've seen from teachers lately. You must repeat those vocabulary words at least twice, preferably 3 times before you move on. Okay, so make sure you're doing ball, ball. You circle the word ball. Yes. She plays with a ball. She plays with a ball. Circle ball. Circle ball. Now, the first time you say circle, you need to circle the ball. Okay? You need to circle the ball and then show them your mouse. Okay, you show the mouse because you're showing them what you want them to do. This is called modeling. We model throughout here. I never want to ask my student to circle something that I don't show them what I want them to circle. Okay, so circle the ball. Okay, maybe you even say when you're introducing the word ball, okay, you circle the word ball. Okay, then you're going to circle the picture of the ball. Okay, then circle the ball. Yes, then go to the sentence. She plays with a ball. She plays with a ball. Okay, and just get them to repeat that sentence back to you. That's all you're looking for on this slide is you just want them to repeat the sentence. Then you could show the picture of Meg. Yes, she plays with a ball. So now we've given this sentence several times and helped them understand she plays with a ball. That's all you're doing on this slide. Okay, now this one, we've got to introduce the new sentence, he plays with a ball. We're going to ask a question here. What does he play and what does she play? We're going to ask the question, but we cannot introduce the question yet because they don't know how to answer it. Okay, so you teach the answer first. Okay, so you're going to circle the picture of the little boy with the ball and say, he plays with a ball. He plays with a ball. Yes. What does he play? He plays with a ball. You write the word ball in the blank there. He plays with a ball. Repeat that question and answer twice there through there. Then circle the little girl and say, what does she play with? Now, we've already done she plays with a ball on the previous slide. Okay, so you're going to introduce, you're just going to circle that one and just jump right into what does she play with, because they've already done it. They've heard the question. Now we've just changed the pronoun with it. Okay, so you circle the ball and you jump right into what does she play with. Okay, if they say a ball, then you got to get the full sentence. She plays with a ball. Always make sure that they're giving you that complete sentence. Also, be very careful that they put the S on the end of plays. Okay, that's an easy thing for them to leave off and for you not to notice it. It's hard to hear that. Okay, so listen very carefully. If they leave the S off, go to the page and circle the S on plays. Okay, circle it and say, he plays with a ball. See how we broke that up a little bit? Okay, but you are emphasizing and showing that difference between those two. Now, you need to extend your learning just a little bit. Okay, you need to extend the learning beyond the page, beyond what is actually written in the teacher directions. So a simple extension for this one, and it's not in the teacher directions, but they want to see that you extend the lesson. So let's do a very simple extension. Hold up both Mike and Meg and say, they play. They play with a ball. Maybe circle both of the pictures of the two children on the page. They play with a ball. What do they play with? They play with a ball. See, that's your extension. Okay, they already know the word they. They've worked on that in previous units. Okay, so they know they. You're just giving them one more way that you're answering this. Don't spend too much time on it. Make sure that you finish the objective of this page before you do that extension. Okay, and so you're going to introduce that simple little extension. They play. They play with a ball. What do they play with? They play with a ball. Okay. All right. Now go to the next slide. And this slide asks the question, what does he play with? We've already asked that question, haven't we? Okay. The question we asked on the previous slide was, what does he play? Now we're using, what does he play with? Okay. You don't really have to go any farther than that one. Okay. But you're just going to ask, what does he play with? Okay, you're showing Mike again. You're showing the ball again. What does he play with? And you want them to repeat the sentence. He plays with a ball. Yes, drag the ball. And you want them to drag the soccer ball down to the little boy in the red shirt and shorts. Okay? Yes, he plays with a ball. Do not let them just drag it and not answer and not speak. They must speak in a complete sentence on every single slide. Okay, so he plays with a ball. Good. Then you circle the older boy in the black shirt. What does he play with? Yes, he plays with a ball. Okay, now remember that they have already learned the word soccer and basketball. Okay, they've already learned those two words. So maybe your extension here is he plays with a basketball. Okay, yes, he plays with a soccer ball. Okay. Do they know kite? Mm-mm. They do not know kite yet. So basically you're going to ignore that middle picture. Okay. They may already know it. Who knows? They may drag the kite over there. That's fine. If they drag it over there but they don't know what to say, you could say, "Does he play with a ball?" No, he does not play with a ball. We're not using "he plays with a kite" because they don't know kite yet. Well, let's just make this the negative. He does not play with a ball. Okay, so that's how you're going to extend the learning on that slide. Okay, all right, somewhere you've gone back and you've given us a toy. Okay, so you hit that reward system, you go back, yay, you get one toy. Drag a toy, yay, you're going to spend 5 seconds there, come right back to this slide. Okay, all right, on you go to the next one. Now we're introducing the verb throw. Okay, so you underlined the word throw, you grab your ball and you say throw, 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 yes, throw, yes. Now grab this conjugation chart that you have here, okay? Grab the conjugation chart and you're going to introduce this and say, she, so you point to the she throws. She throws. You hold up the Meg picture. She throws. Okay, and have them circle. She throws. Good. Okay, then you hold up both of them. Hold up both Mike and Meg. Okay, and you say, they throw. Okay, they throw. All right, so you hold up both of them and you say, they throw. And you show your conjugation. They throw. Good. Circle. They throw. And they can circle the picture or the words. Either one of them works. Okay. But as you're introducing either one of these, you're going to underline the picture or underline the words on the page. Good. That's all you need to do on this one. Okay. Now this one we're introducing the new conjugation. He throws. Okay. So you say, he throws. He throws. Make sure, by the way, on that previous slide that you do throw 3 times before you do anything else. Okay? He throws. He throws. Yes. Circle. He throws. Now, what you're really wanting them to do here is to circle the picture, but I have heard of some of the mock mentors that they circle the words he throws rather than the picture, okay? So if they do that, that's fine. Don't panic. Remember that they're going to do something to throw you off, okay? If they circle the words he throws, that's fine. You reach up, you circle the picture of the football guy, okay, and say, he throws, yes or no? Yes, he throws. Circle. He throws. Then do one more picture. This is your extension on this slide. Okay. I saw someone yesterday. One of my teachers that I was working with. She did this, and I thought it was so fun. She took the basketball. She put it on her head and then underlined the picture of the little boy with the basketball on his head and said, "He throws." No, he does not throw. Okay, just get them to repeat that sentence back to you, the negative answer. He does not throw. That's your extension. Just ignore the guy in the middle, okay? All right, now, next slide, you're going to introduce the word throw and throws, okay? This is an interactive slide, and we can move the word throw and throws down to the blanks at the bottom, okay? But the first thing you need to do is underline throw. Now, be sure when you underline it that you are kind of outside of that little block, because if you're too close to the actual word throw, it's going to move the word. And there are actually two of each word. They're stacked up on top of each other to be able to drag them down there, because we have to have throws twice. So there's two of them stacked on top of each other. And if you wiggle one, then they're going to be kind of stacked unevenly and hard to read. So when you underline it, be a little bit farther down. So you underline throw. Then you underline throws. 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 Good. Now, then you come down to the bottom. You circle the picture of the girl with the football. You underline she and say, she. She, she throw or she throws? Yes, she throws. Drag. She throws. Good. Now you circle the little boy. I. Sir, underline the I down at the bottom. I throw. I throw. I throws. I throw. Yes, good. He. He. Yes, he throws. Now, this is I do, we do, you do. I did the first one, okay, with the she throws. I mean, we went through the whole thing. I said it first. They drug it, everything, okay? Then we were working on that together. By the time you get to he, we've already done this a couple of times, okay? And they're already somewhat familiar with conjugating this. So by this one, I just point to the he and let them do it. I did it. We did it together. Now they do it. I do. We do. You do. Try to get them to do it. If they don't jump in with that answer, if they can't figure it out, then you're ready to jump in and help them. But try to get them to do it on their own with that one, okay? And have them drag the picture down in there, okay? Don't expect them to be able to do this immediately without this kind of support and this kind of help. Okay, you've got to help them with that answer. They're not really good enough with this one yet. Even my students that are way beyond this unit still need help with choosing the correct one. So make sure that you're using this to support them. Does it give them the answer? Yes. Okay, but it's helping them be successful with this one. Okay, now with this slide, we're going on to go back and give a reward. Okay, yay, great, you get a star, woohoo. Okay, now you're moving on to the whiteboard. Now, if you are in the classroom, I want you to understand that your video is flipped, so everything is going to be on the opposite side of what you expect it to be. So just be careful. I like to hold my whiteboard over here to the side so that I can see it. I can just turn and look at it. Okay, you want to keep your eye on your student as much as possible, but you can just turn and look at it a little bit. Don't put it here because you end up blocking your face or it ends up going too low. Okay, so hold it to the side. Okay, so you come to your student, Rebecca, ip, ip, and you're underlining ip. Okay, good. Zzz, zzz, ip, zzz, ip, zip, zip. Okay. And then you draw a line on the page. You draw the line from the Z to the ip and up to the zip. Okay, yes, good. Ip, ip, rip, rip. Yes, draw a line. Ip, rip. Good. S, ip, sip. Yes, great job. Woohoo! Yay! Great job! Yay! Now, see how we did I do, we do, you do there? Okay. The beginning ones, you're going to walk them through the whole thing. Towards the last couple of them, they can do that on their own. Be sure you are using correct synthetic phonics here, okay? They're listening very carefully for you to use the synthetic phonics correctly and for them to use it. So it is not r. It is It is h, not h or h or something. It is just the breathy sound. Okay, so make sure you're using those correctly and listen also for your mock mentor. Maybe you say ip, and they say ruh. Okay, if they say it incorrectly back to you, you have to correct that. So if they say, you say and they say ruh, then you go, oh, just repeat it a couple of times until they say it correctly. Okay, make sure you're correcting those synthetic phonics. This is one of the big things that they're watching for here, is to make sure that you know those synthetic phonics correctly. Okay, all right, this is the last slide on this. It is called a free talk slide, and this is where we're going to take those questions and answers that we've already learned in the lesson. Now, our lesson that we did is I throw a ball, he throws a ball, she throws a ball, they throw a ball. Then the question is, what do you do with a ball? Okay, so you're going to use those questions and answers all throughout the thing. Let's help them be successful, though, by using the chart again. So you circle the picture of dad and the ball and give them the answer first. Okay, don't ask the question first. Give them the answer first. So you circle dad and the ball. He throws a ball. He throws a ball. Yes. What does he do with a ball? Yes, he throws a ball. Yes. Did you circle mom and the ball? Okay. What does she do with a ball? She throws a ball. Yes. She throws a ball. Then you circle both mom and dad, maybe even the kids too. Okay. What do they do with a ball? They throws a ball. They throw a ball. What do I do with a ball? I throw a ball. Rebecca, what do you do with a ball? I throw a ball. Yay! Good job, Rebecca. Just get them to use a couple of those different conjugations there. That slide, really, if you have lots of time left, because you're looking down at your timer and you're at 9 minutes and 15 seconds, boy, you can spread that baby out, stretch it out for as long as you need to. Probably you're going to run out of time about here, okay? But if you need to stretch it out a little bit more, you can with, he throws the ball. Then you could even use that sentence we used way back at the beginning of the lesson. He plays with a ball. She plays with a ball. Okay. You could use that sentence as well. Okay. Any one of those counts, because that's stuff that we've done there. Now, are you going to do things like, what color is the ball? No, we don't know what colors. We don't know the colors yet. They may know the colors, but they really haven't had that in class yet. Don't use that. Okay. Don't add those kind of things with it. Okay. Don't ask what kind of ball it is. They haven't had the word what kind. Okay. Just stick with the target sentence. He throws a ball. She throws a ball. He plays with a ball. She plays with a ball. Maybe you could even put dad throws a ball. Yes, dad throws a ball. Mom throws a ball. Okay, mom and dad throw a ball. You could use those, remember, because they just had that unit on the family. Any of those works correctly. All right, so that is the A lesson in the lower level one. Stay tuned for B. Okay, I'm going to make it a separate video so that you can find exactly what you're looking for. Again, be sure and join our Facebook group, VIPKID Teachers Wanted, if you're looking for those printable props. Also, take a look on the website for the latest on the VIPKID hiring process. Hopefully, they're not going to change it on us again anytime very soon, but if they do, I'll get videos up as soon as possible in this one. So thanks so much for joining me today. Be sure and like and subscribe here on my YouTube channel. And again, add my referral code to your application if you have not already used one. Penny0008. Thanks. Bye-bye.